I'm doing entertainment, pop culture, things like that. This here is a publication I used to cover all the time because they love the Disney Star Wars, they love everything far to the left, and of course, they do not like Johnny Depp whatsoever. It's called Really NBC Recruiting the Face of Johnny Depp's Legal Team from January 15th, 2023. Now, I will say, they do not write short crap articles. I disagree with usually about 90% of what they write, but at least they take some time and they express what they think. So let's see what we got here. And I'm going to quickly mention a lot of times I say, which gets me in trouble sometimes, that the people supporting Amber are on the far left. And this publication is about as far left as you can go. NBC has decided to hire Johnny Depp's lawyer Camille Vasquez as a legal analyst, a decision that hasn't sat well with their own staff. I wonder who they're talking about. We'll get to that. Given NBC's own reporting on the Johnny Depp vs. Amber Heard trial and the fact that the company is undergoing layoffs, it is understandable that staff would have concerns about her hiring. There is also the fact that their decision to hire her is likely partially because her representation of Depp made her an internet sensation. Well, okay, if they're having layoffs from like lower level workers and things with that, I don't think that really has too much to do with hiring people who are famous and celebrities and big names like Camille. I think they're really two separate departments of hiring there. But okay, nice try. And it continues. TikTok users made Vasquez go viral as they fawned over her and praised her for representing Depp in his defamation case against Heard. Much of the praise surrounding her had little to do with the actual quality of her defense and work, and more to do with the fact that she was representing a powerful man against an alleged victim of abuse. Depp's rabid fans, who led a smear campaign against Heard and tarnished the Me Too movement with their hatred and spread of misinformation, quickly latched onto Vasquez and hailed her as their hero. Wait a minute, you know who is supposed to hail her as a hero? The Mary Sue. This paper here, for years, I've been reading them, and they've always been taking the side of women. They're saying women aren't represented, it's not fair for women in society, the patriarchy, and everything that a feminist can possibly say. And when an actual strong woman comes around, when they don't like what she says, because they happen to be facts, what the woman's saying, well, now they don't want to take the woman's side. So what's it really about? Is it really about women, or is it about an ideology, a narrative, something they're following, political points? Well, you got your proof right here. When an actual strong woman comes around who they say they've been looking for years because there's not enough women out there, not enough representation for women, what do? They think about if what the woman says agrees with their narrative or not, and if it doesn't, she doesn't count. She's not a woman. Well, we know she's actually an intelligent, attractive, strong leader in the world and a great woman, but Mary Sue has their own way of seeing things. They say that Depp fans shipped Camille and Johnny because of rumors they were in a relationship. Honestly, no. That news came out for like 48 hours and it was quickly shot down by Johnny fans. That's a ridiculous statement. Maybe the general public who has no idea about Johnny and Camille just saw these people in the news and did that. But no, I've been doing Johnny videos every day for 2 years, and that news came and went really quickly. Another fail for this article. What NBC staff thinks of Vasquez's recruitment, because they know. They're right in there working at NBC. They know the water cooler talk and all that. This is the source. This is it, guys. They're buddy-buddy with everybody at NBC. Let's see what they have to say. One reason why Vasquez's role at NBC has raised eyebrows is that her hiring seems to go against the company's own reporting of the Depp vs. Heard trial. What does that mean? It goes against them getting it wrong because they took Amber's side quite a bit. Oh, I see how it works. Part of NBC's coverage of the trial included releasing a documentary titled A Marriage on Trial, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, and the Truth in the age of social media. Of course, look to NBC for the truth of the trial, not the trial itself. Not the lawyers, not the facts, not the evidence. NBC. They're the ones who had the truth. The documentary examined the social media frenzy that the case sparked, the vast spread of misinformation on social media, the influence of social media on the case, and what serious connotations the case could have in future domestic abuse cases, which is just about nothing. Been through this 100 times, more than a broken record. Johnny and Amber are celebrities. They're not your average Joe people who need to be scared of anything happening similar to them. One NBC reporter, Kat Tembarge, there we go, also covered the case and tried to expose social media misinformation and harassment. Of course, like I said before, we know whose team they're on. During the trial, viral posts about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard were almost all in favor of Depp, but things are starting to shift. They're always starting to shift. The tide's always starting to turn. I wanted to break down some of the ways individuals were able to fight back against the misinformation and harassment campaign, which she doesn't. She retweets a TikTok video or something like that. Just this, some 11-second video on not much. And it continues. Her reporting caused her to suffer the unprecedented vitriol of Depp's fans, who quickly set up a petition to try to get her fired from NBC for daring to examine the case without being noticeably biased in favor of Depp. Now, after NBC received the wrath and bullying of Depp's fans, and after one reporter was the victim of online bullies trying to discredit her as a journalist, NBC has gone and hired Depp's lawyer as a legal analyst. And I gotta say, I agree with NBC in this case. Now, as you know, we've got plenty of disagreements with NBC on their coverage and things like that, but here we don't. Sure, get Camille in there. Get more balance. That's what news is about. That's what reporting's about. That's what journalism is about. Balance. And with Camille, you've got more balance. I'm not saying, shut up anybody who's in favor of Amber Heard. Let them talk. That's what the country's about. Freedom of speech. But you want to have good balance with all points of views. So, in this case, I see it as an improvement for NBC. Time will tell how it plays out, but it seems like the potential for improvement. Did NBC really have to hire Vasquez? And the answer is no. Okay? I'll meet them in the middle here. It's star power. She's pretty much a celebrity. And honestly, it's an easier job for her probably than taking on legal cases, studying them, going to court. It's more of a fluffy job. So I don't think it was necessary, but so? What's that saying? Who cares? What's the difference? We get it. We're adults. She's getting a lot of money to work on NBC. It's called moving up in the world. That's what people do. The Mary Sue, of all people, should be happy a woman is getting a high-powered job at NBC to express her opinion. But I guess they forgot about that. They forgot they were on the side of women. But wait, they're not. They're not on the side of women. They're on the side of themselves, a narrative, and an ideology. They can't say, you know what? We've been promoting powerful women and women who deserve more power for a long time, and here comes along one who's telling some truth, and we just have to disagree because of our stubborn history and our stubborn narrative. They also say that Camille didn't address the widespread misinformation on social media and the smear campaign led by who exactly against Amber. Oh, wait, they'd probably blame that umbrella guy for leading the smear campaign for making videos like a lot of other people. They accuse her of simply riding the wave to fame and, of course, sucking up to a powerful man. Wow. Where were these articles about all the women over the last decade about sucking up? You didn't see them. Because the only time a powerful woman sucks up to a man is when the Mary Sue disagrees with that woman. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. Doing shout-outs, special thanks, things like that. As you can see, I've got a history with this publication because pretty much everything they write, I feel the opposite. And I think I've got good reason to feel the opposite. I think I'm more balanced in opinion than them. So here it is once again. And now that we're at the end, I got to remind you guys, I sometimes say, which gets me in trouble, that it's mostly the left side that defends Amber, and it's publications like this that give me some evidence for that. Looks like Velma there. They change that like every month. And the new Velma on HBO Max came out, which is pretty silly. All right, rant done for now. Consider subscribing here. Doing pop culture, entertainment, things like that. If you don't subscribe, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.